stand and remain standing. He will lead us with the invocation, and I will lead us with the pledge. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor, Council, and staff. Good to be with you. Let us pray. Father, we call this beautiful day, in which the sunshine portends of the brightness of sun will come, the rains that will intermingle. Lord, bless us that we may just receive day to day the opportunity to serve you and serve our fellow man and our city. Thank you for these who put the time and their effort forward to volunteer for service. Thank you for these professional employees who have spent lives developing skills that we might be a better servant community. Guide them, protect them, give them wisdom in circumstances and joy in normal routines, that every day might be a blessing to them as they seek to serve and be a blessing to us. Give us one heart, one voice, and one spirit this day, Lord, that we might be advocates of one community and the best that we can possibly be. We pray that not in empty words, but in sincere hope of the Spirit, that Phenix City may be joy and envy of all who hear us, and may we serve one another with that Spirit. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. We can all face the flag, please. Attention. Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Steve, so very much for that prayer. Thank you, Council. Helping me with the pledge. Proceeding on, Council, at this time, we have the presentation. One of the highlights that's been put in place that we are saying thankful to people who give of themselves, which is the greatest model. So at this time, I'd like to call my HR Director, Stephanie Chastain, as well as our City Manager, Mr. Wallace Hunter. Stephanie?
Thank you very much, Mayor. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We're glad to be here this morning, and we are glad to be here and be able to appreciate and show our thanks to our employees for their hard work and dedication that they put in each and every day serving our community. These are the service anniversaries and 5-year increments that we have for the month of June. With our police department, we have Sergeant John Young with 10 years of service.
Man, a few words. Well, Mr. Young, we appreciate what you do each and every day, and we always encourage our people to go the extra mile, which we means to get to the point at least of 25 years because of the retirement the state of Alabama has. But you're down here now, so thank you so much for what you do, and we certainly appreciate you collectively as a council. Thank you so much. Okay.
Also with 10 years with our engineering department, we have Mr. Jimmy Cook.
Words?
Let's say a few words for
In a word, Mr. Cook? Mr. Cook? In a word, like hey, we respect that. Those are words. Thank you. Thank you so much for what you've done, and you're down here now, so we appreciate it. Okay?
With our Parks and Recreation Department, we have Ms. Jocelyn Thomas with 5 years of service.
Thank you, Jocelyn. In a word, please.
Yes, I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to actually work with the youth and to give back to the community I actually grew up in. So it's a blessing. So,
Amen.
thank you.
Hey, listen, Jocelyn, we do want you to hopefully, you stay, at least least 20 more years because the retirement is ready.
Yes, sir.
And you still a very young person.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
We have two others that were not able to be here with our Public Works Department. Jonathan Grooms had his 5 years, and then our office manager with Engineering Public Works with Kathy Jo Davis with 15 years. So we'll make sure we get our thanks and appreciation to them as well.
Thank you so much. And thank you all for what you do. And like I said, we continue and pray that you all stay the course. Appreciate you all giving up yourself. Thank you so much. Proceeding on, council, at this time, under the city clerk, I'd like to ask the council for a motion for the approval of the regular scheduled meeting minutes for the May 19th work session as well as the May 20th council meeting. Since we were all here, I actually can say this is one motion. So may I have a motion, please?
I'll put it this time next.
All right.
Second.
Have a motion from Councilman Day and a second from Councilwoman Green. All right. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next council, on the city council, I'd like to ask, are there any unfinished business that any council member would like to discuss? Okay, if not, we will get into the resolutions and under administration. We have resolution number 2025-96 to be ratified in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to enter into an agreement with Whitfield Contractors to perform emergency work on a portion of the old clay sanitary sewer line that runs along 6th Street South, 6th Street, in an amount not to exceed $18,172.44. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas it has been determined that emergency work is needed to replace a portion of the old clay sanitary sewer line that runs along 6th Street. And whereas Whitfield Contractors has provided a proposal to perform the emergency work for the replacement of 68 linear feet of sanitary sewer line in an amount not to exceed $18,172.44. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize the mayor and city manager to enter into an agreement with Whitfield Contractors to perform work on a portion of the old clay sanitary sewer line that runs along 6th Street in an amount not to exceed $18,172.44. Passed, approved, and adopted this 29th day of May 2025, ratified this 3rd day of June 2025.
Okay. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to ratify, please. Have a motion to ratify?
Motion to ratify.
All right, we have a motion by Councilman Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Comments or discussion? Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Also, Council on Administration, we have resolution number 2025-97 to be ratified in reference to the Municipal Water Pollution Prevention, also known as the MWPP, for the 2024 annual report. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City of Phenix City, Alabama is required by the Alabama Department of Environmental Management, ADM, to file annually a Municipal Water Pollution Prevention, MWPP, report for our wastewater treatment plant. And whereas the Utilities Department has prepared the report as required by ADM. And whereas the report has been reviewed as required by the city's consulting engineer, Hazen and Sargent. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama accepts the 2024 annual MWPP report for 2024 and authorizes the Utilities Department to file the report with ADM. Passed, approved, and adopted this 29th day of May 2025, ratified this 3rd day of June 2025.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Davis, for the reading of the resolution, which council we've all heard. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to ratify.
Motion to ratify.
Okay, we have a motion from Councilmember Green. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Gordon. Any comments, discussion? Okay. All right, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on, council on the building department. We have 6 resolutions in reference to awarding bids for demolition and removal of structures on the following properties. 1008 12th Avenue, J&J Land Development Corporation, $3,200. 1010 12th Avenue, J&J Land Development Corporation, $3,100. 531 6th Place, J&J Land Development Corporation, $5,800. 2107 Somerville Road, J&J Land Development Incorporation, $9,000. 2107-8 Somerville Road, J&J Land Development Incorporation, $5,500. 1220 8th Street, J&J Land Development Incorporation, $4,800. At this time, council, I would ask the clerk to read one master resolution. Is at the pleasure of the council. We will take them all in one set. Council, all good with that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the city of Phenix City has solicited bids for the demolition of structure as required by the Alabama bid law. And whereas the apparent low bidder meet the specifications required for the demolition of the structures at the following locations are as follows. Number 1, 1008 12th Avenue, J&J Land Development Inc., $3,200. Number 2, 1010 12th Avenue, J&J Land Development Inc., $3,100. Number 3, 531 6th Place, J&J Land Development Inc., $5,800. Number 4, 2107 Somerville Road, J&J Land Development Inc., $9,000. Number 5, 2107-A Somerville Road, J&J Land Development Inc., $5,500. Number 6, 1220 8th Street, J&J Land Development Inc., $4,800. All bids being submitted with dumping fees. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama accepts these apparent low bids and shall award said bids as referenced above. Passed, approved, and adopted this 3rd day of June, 2025.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Davis, for the reading of that master resolution. Council, we've all heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask this council for a motion, please. May I have a motion?
Motion approved.
I have a motion from Councilman Davis. May I have a second? Second, Councilman Gordon. Any comments or discussion? All right, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
And also, council, on the building department, there's a resolution in reference to rejecting bids received for the demolition of property located at 2116 6th Avenue. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas resolution number 2024-252 declared the property located at 2116 6th Avenue a public nuisance and authorized action to be taken to remove said unsafe structure. And whereas sealed bids were received and opened for the demolition of structure located at 2116 6th Avenue. And whereas the city wishes to reject all bids. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, that all bids received for the demolition of structure located at 2116 6th Avenue are hereby rejected. Passed, approved, and adopted this 3rd day of June, 2025.
Okay, thank you again, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please. Motion to approve. All right, we have a motion from Councilman Gordon. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. We have that, Mrs. Davis?
Yes, sir.
We have the motion, we have the second. Council, any comments or discussion?
Yes, Mayor, could we get somebody to operate on for the system of Phenix City, tell them why that was,
Rescinded,
yeah.
right?
Yes, sir. Mayor Council, this one was rescinded, because the owner of the property actually sold his property to someone else, and that person that bought the property decided he would go ahead and tear it, make it, do the demolition by him for himself. So he went on and started that process, and it was only between us getting bids for the project, so since we received the bids, we got to go through the process of rejecting it.
Does he have a certain amount of time to?
Yes, sir. The demolition permit is good for 6 months.
Oh, okay.
But he'd already, had dumpsters on site, was prepared to get started on doing it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rick. That's appreciated. Any other comments or discussion? If not, at this time, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Proceeding on council on the city clerk department. We have a resolution in reference to appointing city clerk Shannon Davis as the election manager and absentee election manager of the Office of 2025 municipal election, Board of Education election, and runoff election if necessary. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City of Phenix City, Alabama will be conducting a general municipal election and Board of Education election on Tuesday, August 26, 2025. And whereas in accordance with applicable statutes, the City Council hereby appoints Shannon Davis, City Clerk, as the election manager and the absentee election manager. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, as follows. Number one, that Shannon Davis, City Clerk, be and is hereby authorized as the election manager and the absentee election manager to handle absentee ballots, to prepare and publish the voter registrations list, and perform such other duties as required by law in and about the holding of the August 26, 2025 municipal election and Board of Education election, and if necessary, a runoff election on September 23rd, 2025. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of June, 2025.
Okay. Thank you again, Mrs. Davis, for the reading of the resolution. Council, we've all heard the resolution. I'd like to ask the council at this time for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
Motion, Councilman Day, that's the second, Councilman Green.
Yes.
Okay. We have the motion and we have the second. Any comments or discussion? All right. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, council on the engineering department. We have a resolution in reference to authorizing Alabama Power to install 153-watt LED street light 5001 to 8,500 lumens, type 2, grade 4,000K, near 1006 12th Street. Mrs. Davis.
Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, that the city will authorize Alabama Power to install the following street light and pay the monthly electric service to Alabama Power Company for the street light as follows. Number one, install one 53-watt LED street light, 5001 through 8500 lumens, type 2, grade 4000K, near 1006 12th Street. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of June, 2025.
Thank you again so much. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please. Motion to approve. We have a motion from Councilman Gordon. May I have a second? Second. Second, Councilman Bailey. Any comments or discussion? All right. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Also, council proceeding on, we have a resolution in reference to authorizing Alabama Power to install 3 239-watt roadway street lights, 27,001 to 34,000 lumens, type 3, grade 4,000K on U.S. Highway South near Noble Road, 5th Street South and Collins Drive. Mrs. Davis.
Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama, that the city will authorize Alabama Power to install the following streetlights and pay the monthly electric service to Alabama Power Company for the streetlights as follows. Number one, install 3 239-watt roadway streetlights, 27,001 through 34,000 lumens, type 3, grade 4,000K on U.S. Highway 431 South near Knowles Road, 5th Street South and College Drive. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of June, 2025.
Okay, thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. It's time to have a motion from the council, please. Motion to approve. Motion, Councilman Gordon, second, Councilmember Green. We have that, Mrs. Davis?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any comments or discussion? All right. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Also proceeding on, council on the engineering department. is a resolution in reference to accept the public easement dedication of property known as parcel 2, 3, and 5A of the survey of the division of lands of Harry Shepherd and Harry, Tim Thompson, Construction and Landscape Incorporation owner. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the Phoenix City Planning Commission has determined that it is in the best interest of the city to accept the dedication of public easements dedicated by the replat of parcels 2, 3, and 5A of the survey of the divisions of lands of Herring, Shepherd, and Herring, located in Section 5, Township 17 North, Range 30 East, Russell County, Alabama, dated May 13, 2025, prepared by Eddie A. Eubanks, registered land surveyor. And whereas the owner of said property, Tim Thompson, Construction and Landscaping, Inc., desires to dedicate the same to the city of Phoenix City. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, does hereby accept the dedication of said public easements as shown on the above referenced replat of property. Passed, approved, and adopted this 3rd day of June, 2025.
Okay, thank you again, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. This time I'd like to ask the council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Day, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Gordon. Council, any comments or discussion? Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
The next, council, on the Utilities Department. We have a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to accept a proposal from Thompson Power Systems for the preventative maintenance services of the 19 emergency generator sites in an amount not to exceed $34,571. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City of Phoenix City, Alabama is in need of the annual preventative maintenance services for 19 emergency generator sites. And whereas the city has received a proposal for preventative maintenance services for 19 emergency generator sites from Thompson Power Systems in a total amount of $34,571. And whereas said proposal includes load tests on each generator to confirm that the generator will supply the power needed for the respective facility being served. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama does hereby authorize and direct the mayor and city manager to accept the proposal from Thompson Power Systems for the preventative maintenance services for the 19 emergency generator sites in an amount not to exceed $34,571. Passed, approved, and adopted this 3rd day of June, 2025.
Thank you again, Mrs. Davis, for reading of the resolution, council, which we all heard. And this time I'd like to ask the council for a motion, please. We have a motion, council.
Still approved.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Gordon, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Council, any comments or discussion?
Just one, Mayor, if I may. Having the preventative maintenance services in place for 19, I just wanted to hear from one of our professional staff. Have we ever had to, or when is the last time we had to use this generator for any outages or what have you?
Mayor, council, these, there are 19 different lift stations, so I'm not familiar with all of the diverse uses for these, but we use one of the diverse stations. Last year, when we had power failure from Alabama Power, we had some, water plant that's needed when the power's gone out there, same thing with wastewater plant. And then we got some for, our lift stations, so whenever we have a power outage, you know, as far as the power sites we may have, to the other buildings, I'm not sure when that was last year, but, pretty much every year there's some sort of power failure in or somewhere in the city where we're gonna use generators.
Okay, good. It's just good to have them. Making that point, it's good to have that type of service.
Okay. Thank you, John. Sir, we appreciate you. Thanks so much. Any other comments or discussion?
Well, basically, I guess, I hope you got out of that. Well, they set up automatically come on if the power goes out. Once the power goes out, once the power is restored, then it's no use for them. But at the same time, we have people to regularly check them, make sure they're full of fuel, and all the time during the day, and periodically it's scheduled, but they go back to it. So that's what they're there for. You know, it's just a matter of going back, if you want to know accurately how many times and when they was the users of it, that's something you report that you get for it.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Hunt. Any other comments or discussion? If not, council, at this time, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis.
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, council, we have a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to enter into an agreement with Robinson Paving Company to repair a portion of the McIntosh Sanitary Sewer Lift Station on River Chase Drive in an amount not to exceed $45,564.69. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas emergency work was required on a portion of the driveway to the McIntosh Sanitary Sewer Lift Station on River Chase Drive. And whereas it was necessary that this work be performed as expeditiously as possible to ensure access to the lift station. And whereas Robinson Paving Company repaired said driveway and submitted an invoice for said repairs in the amount of $45,564.69. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama does hereby declare the McIntosh Lift Station driveway repair an emergency and authorizes and directs the mayor and city manager to enter into an agreement with Robinson Paving Company to perform said repairs in an amount not to exceed $45,564.69, passed and adopted this third day of June 2025.
Thank you, Ms. Davis, again, for that. Reading the resolution, council, we've heard the resolution. This time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
Motion, Councilmember Green, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Comments or discussion? Okay, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Proceeding on, council, we have a resolution in reference to accepting a proposal from MR Systems and Infomark Company for the calibration services for the water filtration plant in an amount not to exceed $21,000. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the City of Phenix City, Alabama is in need of the equipment calibration services for the equipment at the water filtration plant. And whereas the city has received a proposal for calibration services for equipment from MR Systems and an Infomark Company in the amount of $21,000. And whereas said proposal includes documentation of any instrumentation found out of compliance and provide estimates for repair or replacement of said equipment along the calibration documents for all instruments that pass inspection and service. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phenix City, Alabama hereby authorizes the mayor and city manager to accept the proposal from MR Systems and Infomark Company for the calibration services for the water filtration plant equipment in an amount not to exceed $21,000, passed, approved, and adopted this third day of June 2025.
Thank you again, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask the council for a motion, please. Motion to approve. We have a motion from Councilman Gordon, that's a second, Councilman Davis. All right, we have the motion, we have the second, Mrs. Davis.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any comments or discussion, council? All right, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
And also, council, we have a resolution in reference to authorizing and directing the mayor and city manager to hire Southern Rewinding Industrial Sales and Services to repair and install a wastewater pump at the water filtration plant in an amount not to exceed $11,765. Mrs. Davis.
Whereas the water filtration plant currently has only one wastewater pump operating and a second pump which needs repair. And whereas if the one operational pump stops working, the WFP could not send much waste to the basin because it would eventually overflow, which makes the repair of the second pump an emergency. And whereas Southern Rewinding Industrial Sales and Services has inspected the pump needing repair and submitted a proposal for this urgent repair work and installation of said pump in the amount of $11,765. Now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama does hereby declare the repair and installation of the wastewater pump at the water filtration plant an emergency and authorizes and directs the mayor and city manager to hire Southern Rewinding Industrial Sales and Services for the emergency work to repair and install said pump in an amount not to exceed $11,765. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of June 2025.
Thank you again, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've heard the resolution. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Any comments or discussion, council?
Only thing I'd like to ask is, when these pumps go out, I'm sure when one just quits working, it's very, short period of time. But when one starts to go out, starts to get trouble, do we just check them periodically, or do we notice something on the monitoring board, or how do you kind of see the one that's starting to give you trouble, to where you can, be prepared to, fix it in the near future?
Monitor to see if it makes any noise. One last time they started making noise, and they got to come in to work on it. And then this one, they have a leak on the, basically a suction pump where it sits above the ball.
Right.
It's got a tube that goes in and the ball pulls water up, strong. So it had a air leak on part of it. When we repaired, it's not being able to pull it up and it got dry, so that part of the switch. Also, the repair need for this. But what started this was the pump that was there. This one started making noise and because it had started to run dry. And so that's what swapped it out for the new one that's in there now. And then took this back to their shop to inspect and see what else we need. But sometimes they didn't make noise or start vibrating.
Just notice something good.
Heated.
Right. Well, that makes sense. That's basically what a car does. Your car running real good one day, and all of a sudden you hear a noise you think you hear, but you're not sure you heard it. Then you start listening for it, and 2 or 3 days later you hear it again, and you do realize. I'm just curious, how you kind of catch those things. 'Cause I know y'all do a good job of staying on top of that stuff, and we never really get caught behind the 8 ball, so to speak, where everything just shuts down. So we're very fortunate to have y'all watching and stuff like that.
So we're looking for other ways to inspect things. Eventually get thermal imaging and where you can look at electrical stuff in it. Almost so we can see something. Start getting hot. Catch stuff before they also make it better.
Okay. Thank you, John. Appreciate it, Steve. Any other comments, discussion? Not at this time, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, council, is ordinance. We have a second reading. It's an ordinance to exempt certain covered items from the municipal sales and use tax during the third full weekend of July 25th, July 2025, referred to as the back-to-school sales tax holiday. The first reading was on the 20th of last month. We'll not ask the clerk to reread this ordinance, but I will ask this council for a motion, please. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve it.
All right, we have a motion from Councilmember Green. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Okay, Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, council on the ordinance. This is the first reading. It's an ordinance setting qualification fees upon all candidates seeking the 2025 municipal and Phoenix City Board election. Mrs. Davis?
An ordinance ordinance of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, setting qualification fees upon all candidates seeking the 2025 municipal and Phoenix City School Board election. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, as follows. Section 1. A qualification fee in the amount of $50 is hereby fixed and imposed upon all candidates seeking election as mayor of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, except as hereinafter provided for. Section 2. A qualification fee in the amount of $50 is hereby fixed and imposed upon all candidates seeking election as council members of Phoenix City, Alabama, except as hereinafter provided for. Section 3. A qualification fee in the amount of $50 is hereby fixed and imposed upon all candidates seeking election as a member of the Phoenix City Board of Education of Phoenix City, Alabama, except as hereinafter provided for. Section 4. Any person desiring to qualify who is not financially able to pay the required fee may qualify, provided such prospective candidate furnishes the clerk with an affidavit stating that he is financially unable to pay the required fee fixed by this ordinance. Section 5. This ordinance is adopted pursuant to Section 11-46-2 of the Alabama Code of 1975 and shall be effective in all elections, both general and special, for aforesaid offices from and after the date of adoption. Section 6. This ordinance shall become effective upon publication in the Citizen of East Alabama. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of June 2025.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Davis. Council, we've heard the first reading, but at this time, council, I'd like to ask for a motion to suspend the rule.
Motion to suspend the rules.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Gordon. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Day. Okay, Mr. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
And also, council, at this time, I'd like to ask for a motion for approval of this ordinance. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Green. Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordy?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Also, on the ordinance, council, is an ordinance establishing the use of electronic vote counting devices. Mrs. Davis.
An ordinance establishing the use of electronic vote counting devices. Whereas Chapter 7 of the Title 17 of the Code of Alabama, 1975, as amended, and the regulations adopted pursuant thereto by the Alabama Voting Committee provide for the use of electronic vote counting systems. And whereas Section 17-7-21 of the Code of Alabama, 1975, provides that a municipality may, in its discretion, by adoption of an appropriate ordinance, authorize, adopt, and direct the use of electronic vote counting systems for use in all elections in such municipality. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, the city, as follows. Number 1, that for all elections held subsequent to the passage of this ordinance, the use of the DS-200 ballot scanner/voting machine and the Express Vote Voter Assist Terminal, a system which complies with Section 17-7-21 of the Code of Alabama and any regulations adopted pursuant thereto, is hereby authorized for the recording, counting, and tabulating of any and all election results. Number 2, that the mayor of the City of Phoenix City is hereby authorized and directed to file a copy of this ordinance with the Secretary of State as provided in Section 17-7-21 Code of Alabama, 1975. Number 3, that this ordinance shall take effect upon its adoption and publication as required by law. Number 4, that this ordinance shall be published in a newspaper of general circulation in the City of Phoenix City, Russell County, Alabama. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of June 2025.
Okay, thank you again, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've all heard the first reading. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to place on first reading, please.
Motion to place on first reading.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Moore.
May I like to ask a question? This first time, well, I don't know the first time using this device, is it not?
Yes, sir, it's our first time using it. It will be the first time using it in the election.
You're gonna have somebody to train them?
Is it to train?
You'll be trained on that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll be the one setting up the training and training the individuals, poll workers and everybody how to use them.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. Mrs. Davis, council at this time, I'd like to call for the vote. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, council, we have the public notice and first reading. It's a letter of recommendation from the planning commission, public notice and ordinance to annex into the city of Phenix City, Alabama, .30 plus minor acres of land located on Opelika Road and Newsom Drive. EEH Holding LLC is the owner. At this time, council, I'd like to call on the clerk to read the letter, the public notice, as well as the ordinance. Mrs. Davis.
I have a letter coming from the planning commission regarding rezone 0.30 plus minor acres on Opelika Road, near the corner of Opelika Road and Newsom Drive. EEH Holdings LLC owner. The planning commission of the city of Phenix City met on Tuesday, May 27, 2025, to consider the request of EEH Holdings LLC owner to annex and pre-zone 0.30 plus minor acres located on Opelika Road, near the corner of Opelika Road and Newsom Drive, as an R2 zone, medium density residential district. This request is prior to the approval of the annexation as followed by Act 2009-628 of the Alabama State Legislature. It is the recommendation of the Planning Commission that this request to annex and pre-zone be approved by the City Council. Sincerely, Tony Taylor, Vice Chairman, Phoenix City Planning Commission. Eliza Phillips Wyatt, Secretary, Phoenix City Planning Commission. Public notice reads as follows. Notice is hereby given that the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, in response to a request made by the Planning Commission of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, will meet on the 15th day of July, 2025 at 9:00 a.m. Eastern Standard Time at the City Council Chambers located at 1111 Broad Street, Phoenix City, Alabama, to consider the following amendment to the zoning ordinance of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, and ordinance. An ordinance to annex into the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, tracts of land lying in Section 5, Township 17 North, Range 30 East, Russell County, Alabama. Said property to be annexed in as an R2 zone, medium density residential district. Whereas the City of Phoenix City has received a petition signed by EEH Holdings, owner of the property described in said petition, requesting that said property be annexed into the City of Phoenix City and that said property be annexed in as an R2 zone, medium density residential district, said property being more particularly described as follows. Whereas the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama finds that said property described in said petition does not lie within the corporate limits or police jurisdiction of any other municipality, and further finds that said property is contiguous to the present corporate limits of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama. And whereas the City of Phoenix City, Alabama has considered said petition to annex and request to zone as R2 zone, medium density residential district, and is of the opinion that said petition should be granted and that said property should be annexed into the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, as a R2 zone, medium density residential district in voting District 2. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, that said council does hereby consent to the annexation of said property into the City of Phoenix City, and that the zoning ordinance of the City of Phoenix City, Alabama, adopted the 17th day of September 2002, be amended so that said property is annexed in as R2 zone, medium density residential district. Be it further ordained that a copy of this ordinance be filed by the city clerk in the office of the judge of probate of Russell County, Alabama, and a copy of said ordinance be published one time in the newspaper published in Russell County, Alabama. All ordinance or parts of ordinance in conflict herewith are hereby repealed by this ordinance. At said meeting, all persons desiring to be heard concerning the zoning of the above described property may appear before the council at the aforementioned time and place to be heard. Passed, approved, and adopted this third day of June, 2025.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. You can catch your breath. Thank you so much. Council, we've all heard the first reading, the public notice, as well as the ordinance. At this time, council, I'd like to ask for a motion to accept the letter, approve the public notice, and to place on first reading.
All motions for all three items.
Okay, we have a motion from Councilman Day, may I have a second? Second, Councilman Boyd. Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Next, council, on the license application, this is the second reading. And I do want to go ahead and say, I apologize if I mispronounced this person's name, so please forgive me. The second reading is an application for an on-premise beer license, off-premise beer license. An off-premise wine license submitted by Nettie Patini, one incorporation doing business as Food Mart, one located at 3814 Opelika Road, Phenix City, Alabama. The first reading was on the 20th of the month. I'm not going to ask the clerk to reread it, but however, I will ask the council for a motion. Please. May I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Comments or discussion? Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Also proceeding on, council, on the license application, this is also a second reading. This application for an off-premise beer license, an off-premise wine license submitted by Nettie Patini, for incorporation doing business as Food Mart 4, located at 128 Highway 165, Phoenix City, Alabama. The first reading was also, this was done on the 20th of last month. I am not going to ask the clerk to reread this. However, I will ask the council for a motion, please.
Motion to approve.
A motion from Councilman Boyd, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Green. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Council proceeding on with the first reading is the application for an off-premise beer license and off-premise wine license submitted by Nettie Patini, 2 Incorporation, doing business as Food Mart 2, located at 3930 Highway 80 West, Phoenix City, Alabama. Mrs. Davis.
I have 3 letters. First letter coming from Chief of Police George H. Stoninger, reference Napanini 2 Inc., doing business as Food Mart 2, Redar Napanini, 3930 Highway 80 West, Phoenix City, Alabama 36870. I have reviewed the applications for off-premise beer and off-premise wine licenses, and I have no objection to the issuance of these licenses to this applicant based on his criminal background investigation. Second letter coming from Fire Chief Kristen Kennedy. This letter is in reference to the application submitted by Redar Napanini of Napanini 2 Inc., doing business as Food Mart 2, located at 3930 Highway 80 West, Phoenix City, Alabama 36870. This applicant has applied for off-premise beer and off-premise wine licenses. This facility is located outside Phoenix City Fire Rescue's jurisdiction. Third letter coming from Chief Building Official Ray Rogers. This letter is in reference to the application submitted by Redar Napanini for Napanini 2 Inc., doing business as Food Mart 2, located at 3930 US Highway 80 West, for an off-premise beer and off-premise wine licenses. This facility has been inspected and meets the minimum building and fire code requirements. This office has no objections to the approval of this license.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we've all heard the first reading. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to place on first reading, please.
Motion to place on first reading.
I have a motion from Councilman Day, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Bailey. Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes. Also, council, on the first reading is an application for an off-premise beer license and off-premise wine license submitted by Nelly Patina 3 Incorporation doing business as Food Mart 3 located at 3717 U.S. Highway 431 South, Phenix City, Alabama. Mrs. Davis.
I have 3 letters. First letter coming from the Chief of Police, George A. Stottinger, in reference to Panini 3 Inc., doing business as Food Mart 3. Radar Panini, 3717 U.S. Highway 431 South, Phoenix City, Alabama, 36869. I have reviewed the applications for off-premise beer and off-premise wine licenses, and I have no objection to the issuance of these licenses to this applicant based on his criminal background investigation. Second letter coming from Fire Chief Kristen Kennedy. This letter is in reference to the application submitted by Radar Nanapanini of Nanapanini 3 Inc., doing business as Food Mart 3, located at 3717 Highway 431 South, Phoenix City, Alabama, 36869. This applicant has applied for off-premise beer and off-premise wine licenses. This facility is located outside Phoenix City Fire Rescue's jurisdiction. Third letter coming from Chief Building Official Ray Rogers. This letter is in reference to the application submitted by Radar Nanapanini for Nanapanini 3 Inc., doing business as Food Mart 3, located at 3717 Highway 431 South, for an off-premise beer and off-premise wine licenses. This facility has been inspected and meets the minimum building and fire code requirements. This office has no objections to the approval of this license. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mrs. Davis. Council, we have all heard the first reading. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to place on first reading. Motion to place on first reading. We have a motion from Councilman Gordon, may I have a second?
Second.
Second, Councilmember Green. Okay. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Davis?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, Council, I'd like to call on Attorney Mr. Jimmy Grant.
Mayor Council, we have one claim in the agenda this morning, and it's, a claim by Barry Oni Matthews. She's represented by, Guardian Law Group, out of Atlanta, Georgia. This involves a automobile accident or a bus accident where, there was a collision with the bus, and a vehicle, a bus ran on the road, down in Lincoln, rolled over. Mrs. or Ms. Matthews, well, first of all, we don't own the buses. We don't have anything to do with Phoenix City or Russell County school bus systems, and we don't have anything to do with the school board as far as being, them under our supervision or anything like that. As we discussed yesterday, Mr. Chan, our assistant city manager, responded to the Guardian Law Group and explaining that. And, my recommendation is that we follow what Mr. Gamble has recommended, and I'll send another letter today explaining that y'all consider the application and that, the claim, and that, we spend denied based on his recommendation in mind. And also, this claim was really filed outside 6 months, but that doesn't need to come into play because, we don't have anything to do with that. So my recommendation is to deny.
Thank you, Mr. Grant. Council, we've heard our attorney's recommendation. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion to approve that recommendation.
Motion to approve that.
All right, we have a motion from Councilman Day. May I have a second? Second, Councilman Gordon. Mrs. Davis?
Councilmember Day?
Yes.
Councilmember Green?
Yes.
Councilmember Bailey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gordon?
Yes.
Mayor Lo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mayor Council.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you again, council. We appreciate you so much. You have those. And again, we thank everyone, our department heads, and everyone that's here, and make sure we give kudos to the people who was recognized this morning. It's a great thing to do. Can't say thank you enough. And at this time, I'd like to ask any council member, before we adjourn, anything any council member would like to say, or want to defer to the city manager and close out? All right. So with that, thank you all. This, I guess I can say the beginning of the summer. So let's make sure we stay on the lookout for each other and make sure that we continue to be the persons that we are meant to be. And we certainly thank everyone for being here. We thank our citizens, and also we thank CTV Bean for being here. So one of the things I haven't said in a while, we're going to continue to be a lifter and not a leaner, in spite of. So thanks everyone, thanks to CTV Bean, and at this time we do stand adjourned. Thank you.